is a huge fan of the planet, even has it tattooed on its forearm. Adele got that tattoo, by the way, when Adele turned 33 years old. I'm sure that's just another coincidence. Beyonce posing, wearing the Saturn earrings, right? You see the pattern here? When you start seeing it in a row, your brain starts going, okay, yeah, there's something weird here. Why are they obsessed with Saturn? I mean, I'm sure the majority of these demons are obsessed with Uranus too, but you don't see them walking around depicting Uranus or depicting, Pluto, if they even claim that's a planet anymore. I don't even know. But, here's here's Katy Perry sitting on it, then Gaga, wearing it, going on a talk show, wearing the rings on its head. Like, what do people think that this actually means? Like, Lady Gaga's just a little weird and a little kooky, right? Oh, yeah, and why is Katy Perry so obsessed? And Adele and Beyonce, and I can go on and on. Because just like the all-seeing eye symbol, you'll always find Saturn attached to performances that these Satanists do, whether it's during a music video or during an award show or a concert. So then on the floor, underneath our Saturn worship, we see a diary. What does it say? Diary of times I ate pizza, right? I mean, is anybody at all suspicious? Diary of a times that I ate pizza, right? Oh, it's a kid's book. Is that what they're going to say? Right? Oh, kids have diaries. All right. And they're going to keep a diary of how many times they ate pizza. And the whole book is about being obsessed with pizza and wanting the pizza and needing the pizza. I mean, give me an utter break, right? Then it gets even more disturbing where the raccoon, it says, or dancing, in fact, we better better turn off the lights and whisper just to be safe. Yeah, there's no undertones to that at all, right? We better turn off the lights just to be safe, right? As he's eating his pizza, right? Once, oops, I said that kind of loud. Sorry, pizza smell gives me happy screams, he says. Happy screams in the dark, right? Turn off the lights just to be safe. And then they show him eating the pizza. For whatever reason, I mean, you could use your imagination. There's hair coming out of the pizza. Anybody suspicious of that? Why does the pizza all of a sudden have hair, right? Is it human? I mean, what do you think? The pizza suddenly has hair. So then we move on to the big secret pizza party that's underneath a giant tent. And what do we get? Well, we just get a child randomly holding a red balloon, right? I'm sure there's no significance to the red balloon, right? How many movies have you seen a red balloon happening around children? Obviously, everybody will most specifically remember it walking around, It the clown with the balloon. Even recently, I covered Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's child being photographed with the red balloon. And what does the balloon stand for? Well, the balloon itself stands for balloon, as in B-A-A-L. And the red balloon symbolizes this act being committed with these children. And the prince of the power of the air, of course, because the balloon floats in the air. Who's the prince of the power of the air? Of course, we know that Satan is. So that's the direct correlation between the red balloon and these acts being committed with children. That's why it's always children with the red balloons. On top of that, for anyone out there that doesn't know, and again, I broke this down on the website, long gone, that the book It, because most people have seen the movie. I mean, I think I've seen the old one that's like 20 hours, maybe some of it. The movie, most people see before the book, okay? Well, the ending of the book is a lot different than the ending of the movie. The book ends with all the children from the story getting it on. Let me put it that way. I don't know how else to word it. All the kids at the end to defeat it, they all get together and they decide that their clothes are no longer needed. And you could don't use your imagination. I don't want to make you sick. But that's how the book ends that Stephen King wrote. And somehow this guy is looked at as a creative artist. Nobody wants to, should we look into his background to write a book like that and then sell a book like that? I mean, what could be going through your mind? How disturbing is that? But they all get a free pass in the name of art. And then, of course, we see people dancing and cheering with I Love Pizza shirts. And the raccoon is just passed out. Looks like he's high as a kite on the ground, right? All these people are wearing their, reminds me of the Rothschild ball with the masks, right? They're all wearing masks to hide their identities, right? Because who does that? What people need to go to these secret parties and, everyone's like, what is it, like Eyes Wide Shut? Well, what do you think they wear the masks for? Keep things secret, not quite sure who's who in the room doing what. Hey, wear your mask, right? Or is it just because you think they like to go to Party City and buy a mask and charade around in their underwear with people who probably shouldn't be there in the first place, right? And of course, why is the raccoon laying on its back with pizza in its mouth. I mean, would that not depict a raccoon that's high as a kite, right? Or drunk, I should say. How about that? Drunk? I don't see any booze at the party, right? Unless, of course, you're talking about that red liquid. I'm not talking about red wine either. So this is a book that exists. Let's start with that. In our world, this book exists. Somebody wrote it. And then not only did they write this horrible book, which anybody out there, even if you're not awake, you should look at it and say, that's a really weird, creepy book with creepy vibes. Right? Talking about the gooey cheese and stuff. It's all filled with undertones. But what they do is they get those, people out there who defend the book to say, you're the one thinking that, not me. You're the one thinking that, not the guy who wrote it. Oh, yeah, he's got books on tacos. He's got books on ice cream. I mean, I'm not fully sure of his resume, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's working on a book on hot dogs, too, as we speak, right? I mean, these people don't become famous and rich and get New York Times bestsellers unless they're in the club. And he reveals that he's in the club because all of the stuff he's talking about in secret are all Masonic.